Game 4 of our first round series. You know, first 2 games on the road were not overly fantastic games, but game 3 back in St. Louis was outstanding. Chase Hellebuyck put up 7 on the Jets. If we can have some sort of a similar performance, it's probably going to be a lot closer than last game, but if we can have a similar performance and take another one, we're headed back to Winnipeg in a 2-all series, and I'd be quite happy with that. Okay, game 3 was not overly great. It wasn't an overly fantastic game from Hellebuyck, and the offense couldn't get going, but we rebound here, we get back in the win column. We're going to be 1 win away from moving on to second round, something we could not do last year. It's been a pretty eventful first period, so many chances. Chance in front, Perfetti, no. Connor Banks at home. Kyle Connor. He's like the one weapon who keeps on producing. Jets up 1-0 midway through his first period, and we're controlling all of the play at this point. Couple of power play opportunities, now we get the goal. Fantastic stuff there from Connor. Well, that's not good. Hopefully we'll be able to stop them from allowing this to get too much out of hand. Late in the period, Fowler has the puck. Fast Parayko shot, score! Was that deflected? It was! Jake Neighbors. First career playoff goal, and the St. Louis Blues have tied the game up 1-1 while being heavily outshot and heavily outplayed. Oh, come on. You know, there's not much Hellebuyck can do there because it's a tip, but I was really hoping to have a lead entering the first period. Dang it, I guess we're going to have to settle for 1-1 entering period number 2, but we better get that next goal. You know what? On home ice, we've been heavily outplayed. We'll take a 1-1 into intermission. I'd absolutely take that. Fantastic stuff so far from the St. Louis Blues. Would you look at that point shot? Score! Tyler Tucker, of all people, his first in the playoffs. It's 2-1 St. Louis at the halfway point of this game. Not again. Hellebuyck, you need to stop that one. Why did all these point shots keep getting past Hellebuyck? My goodness. Can we please tie this game up? Good. We kill a penalty. Okay, maybe we can get some momentum, and it's 3-1 St. Louis. Score! Braden Shen roofs it on Connor Hellebuyck. It is 3-1 St. Louis. The captain comes up clutch. We're up 2 goals on the Jets. Point shot, score! Another point shot goal. This time Justin Falk. That's 3 point shots from the defenseman that have gone past Hellebuyck. And with 1:06 left in the second, we're up 4-1. Not again. I'm getting deja vu from last year and the year prior. Hellebuyck, you gotta be better than that. Why the heck can he not play well in net in the playoffs when he is absolutely fantastic in the regular season? You know what? I'm just hoping and praying for a miracle that we get like a 3-goal third period and force overtime, because right now it's looking bleak and it looks like we're gonna head back to Winnipeg after being up 2-0 coming to St. Louis, tied at 2. 3-goal second period. Tucker, Falk, and Shen. 4-1 St. Louis, and a period away from sending this back to Winnipeg with a 2-all series. Another goal. Robert Thomas, his second of the playoff series, and a span of 4 minutes and 38 seconds between the second and the third period. This game has gone from 2-1 Blues to 5-1 Blues, and we are absolutely obliterating the Jets again. And look at that, we chased Hellebuyck yet again. Oh, my goodness, why can't Hellebuyck play good in net, especially on the road in the playoffs? Like, why is he so bad? It's just so weird given how good of stats he has in the regular season. Well, in comes Comrie. Let's hope he does better. And that's game. So we lose 5-1. Hellebuyck gets chased again. We give up 12 goals in St. Louis, and we're heading back to Winnipeg in a 2-all series. Like, this literally could not have gone worse in St. Louis. Now, the upside is we haven't lost a game on home ice yet, so we could easily still take the 3-2 series lead, but man, does Hellebuyck look absolutely shaky right now. 5-1 victory, chased Hellebuyck, defenseman got on the board, we got 2 goals from the defenseman, we got points galore from the defenseman, Fowler's up to 8 points, we win 5-1 over the Jets. Like, come on. Absolutely brilliant from the St. Louis Blues, and we're heading back to Winnipeg with a 2-all series tie. I don't know what it is, but playoff Hellebuck is back. Like 12 goals in 2 games against the St. Louis Blues. Those were like the sort of numbers he was putting up against us last year in the first round. So it's good to see a playoff Hellebuck is back. I sure hope we can tie our series up later today. Like, it'll be an interesting game nonetheless, but hopefully we are able to play just as dominant as the St. Louis Blues and send it back to Los Angeles with a 2-all series tie. How come Andres just like Hellebuck and is never consistent? Like yesterday, he led in 4 goals. And the first game of the playoff series, he led in 5 goals. And then he plays well in the 2 overtime games. Like, how's Andres so streaky? So if the Jets don't win this playoff series, that means we can try and get Ehlers, right? We win both games in St. Louis, and we're heading back to Winnipeg with a 2-all series after being down 2-0. Really great stuff there. We now just need to win 1 game in Winnipeg, which we just haven't been able to this entire playoff series.